Each year, Microsoft Research hosts hundreds of influential speakers from around the world, including leading scientists, renowned experts in technology, book authors, and leading academics, and makes videos of these lectures freely available.
Thank you very much for the opportunity to talk about Papers. So Papers is a desktop application that was originally developed for the Mac. That's also available on the iPhone and iPad. And I'm going to demo the Mac version, but it's not so much a demo to try to sell it to you. Actually, you can send me an email. I'll send you a free serial if you're interested. I want to do a demo to show you what we think about when we design the application and how it's designed and the goals we have in mind. And the core element, the core part of Papers, the first thing we think about is really the user. And one reason is those users are also our customers, so we better make them happy so we can keep doing what we do. And so we want to please the users. And they're very smart users. They're handsome. We love them. They're beautiful. But they can be very picky, very, very picky. And they're also lazy. And when I say lazy, I mean that in a good way. That they just want to get their work done. They don't want to waste time. They just want things to work. They don't want to have to think twice. And so when we design Papers, we think about what the user is going to do to make sure that they can do what they can run the tasks. So we think in terms of workflows. And when we talk about Papers, which is an application to manage your research publications, we think about how are they going to search for papers, how they're going to organize their papers, read them, share them with others, and finally maybe write their own papers. So I'm not going to show everything. And in fact, we've already done the read part, because this is actually running in Papers in full screen mode. But what I want to show is, I want to start with the search here, which is really searching online for new papers you might be interested in. And we tried to make it very simple. So you just type whatever you want to search for. And in this case, I'm interested in G protein coupled receptors. And this guy that really works on that, Brian Campbell. And what I just did here is search through several online repositories at once. In this case, the one I usually use are PubMed and Google Scholar. But there's like also Wikipedia. And well, actually, he has an entry in Wikipedia too. So I could just double click there. Right, and I get to the page right there in the program. I can import it in my library. So now I have it in my Papers. But what I'm really interested in is actually learning more about GPCRs. So I want to find a good review from Brian. There's all sorts of papers here. So what I can do actually is here, go there and filter things to only see reviews. And well, actually this one, talking about receptor structure, that's what I'm interested in. So I'm going to go on this one. And again, it does open the web page for that entry. That's not the one I wanted. This one. All right. It's going to open the web page for that entry, if I'm still connected. And what I also want to get is to the it's doing something weird. I'm sorry. Oh, there you go. The window is kind of weird. So I have the web page here, and I can also get directly to the PDF here. And it's just going to detect it and download it, and now I have it right there on my hard drive. But also I have all the metadata. Obviously, I just went to PubMed or Google Scholar, so it's going to get that's metadata from those different search engines, the title, the authors, all the things that any reference manager would do and that you will need to cite this paper. So now we have the PDF, we have the metadata. In terms of search, you know, if you want to do more advanced search, we have these things that's already built in. You can search by title, etc., whatever field you're interested in, do all kind of queries. So the other thing that I wanted to show you is actually the last one, how you're going to write your own papers. So writing a manuscript. And so for this, I'm going to switch to Microsoft Word. And here I have this manuscript that I've started to work on. I have a bunch of results. I still need to get the bibliography and write some introduction. But when I want to cite papers, when I'm writing on this manuscript, when we think about workflows, the user is in Microsoft Word. You don't want to yank it out of Microsoft Word. That's the focus. That's what you're doing now. So what we did, so let's write some stuff about GPCR. So that's pretty good. What we did was to make it so that you don't have to leave Word, you don't have to leave the keyboard. Here the trick is to press the Control key twice. So I'm going to press the Control key twice. And what I get is this little floating window where I can directly search my papers library. So let's bring up the thing I just downloaded. So that was Kobunka paper, and I think there was about energy. That's the one, OK. And so I can just type the return key. Now I have a choice of things to do. So that's just what I need. I want to insert a citation. And so now it's right there in my manuscript, DUP 2010. So I guess it's ready. I want to get the bibliography now. So again, Control. And I can select a style using the arrow keys. You know, Brian publishes a lot in Nature. I'm going to go with Nature as well. So here I type whatever journal I want to write it in.
You have 2 minutes.
Find the style.
2 minutes.
And it's going to go scan my manuscript and format it. So without leaving the keyboard and without leaving Word. So I have my bibliography here, the first paper, the one I found online, all the references, this little superscript. So that was the writing papers part. And I'm done with the demo, actually. And what I just want to say at the end is, in a way, we think of papers as bringing all those tools that we're looking at today in maybe one package, at least an extra package that brings them all down to the user. And we take advantage of all those things that are out there and make it maybe sometimes easier to use or for the end user. And what we hope to do is also, we have now this live component that we hope to also take advantage of all this knowledge and that the user is creating with this papers library and bring it back to the other users as well. Thanks for your attention.